Hey there, welcome to Paper Muse. This is Teresa speaking. So, I thought I would show you the different way that I'm doing junk journals recently. So, my local thrift store basically sells hardcover books for 35 cents. Wow, I know, it's a deal, it's great. So sometimes they have gardening books or floral decorating books, which I find to be the best for junk journaling. So what I do is I just rip out a page. Now I love this one because it has cursive, and I just, with the creamy look, it's just beautiful. And basically I fold it, and then I'd cut down this line, and then I fold it again, and then I'd have a signature. Now, I love this ripped feel, so if you want, you could also just rip along the line to continue that feel, or if you really like a straight edge, you could do it that way. But basically, there you go. I put one on top of each other, and then I hand stitched it together, and that became a junk journal. So I would like to show you the junk journal I made with that. So honestly, I didn't even use maybe not even half of this book, and this book is full of like little illustrations. I thought it was perfect for this, and I'll just take you through it. So you can see there's a lot of white spaces, there's some illustrations, and I just stuck things in that I thought would be good. This here is just little strips of sticker paper that I had left over. So I just put a little bit of watercolor on them all, and then I used them as little stick-ins, kind of like my own washi tape. And there it is again. And these are little journaling cards I had. So you can see how I basically, when I first start out, I do not like this page, so I'm going to move on. I go through and I just do a white little wash of watercolor with whatever colors I want, and that kind of sets the tone. I have used like the journaling cards, my own Cricut cutouts, stickers. This is a Cricut cutout. This is just something left over from a used book. I like to reuse a lot of my books once I've done my note taking. Magazine clippings. Love this, just the color of the cream and the brown and the green. And basically the journaling cards gives a spot for more prominent journaling, but obviously I can write on the edges here anything I want. Don't love everything I made, but I'm happy to say very cheap book. Like, what did it cost me? 20 cents to make. And well, and then the addition of my really cheap supplies, so maybe a bit more than that, but I had a lot of fun. And it's something that I can go back once I've filled it in and journal with. Love the cursive, love the little illustrations. And I'm basically just, now normally what I use for my junk journal is a composition book, and I love that because it's only like $1, $1.25, $1.50 depending. Lots of pages, lots of lovely, colorful, just scribble, glue, dab, do whatever you want, really doesn't matter, and it becomes this chunky, lovely thing. And then once I filled it up, I go back and I write in it. So you can see here some written pages at the front, because I start from the front and then I just put the date on when I've journaled. And yeah, so this could take forever to fill. It can like just be there. This, not so much. It doesn't take forever because there's not as many pages. There's not as much room because it's a smaller book, and it's a little bit more fun. But the other one's good too. I don't know. It's just, different. And I even this is my first one, so I was not thinking about how things could get upside down. So there we go. A page got upside down. And I'm just going to cover it or like it the way it is. This is upside down too, so I might just put some stamps there or something. And I just recently got a sewing machine, so excited. So I've made belly bands, I think they call it, but I'm just gluing it in there. Yeah, and I don't care if I ripped to get out of the book, made this. I love this crazy little edge thing. It does not bother me, but if you're like a straight line person, ooh, I would suggest tearing down the book instead of like just ripping it from the book. I would say like actually get in there and pull it out from, like, cut this, and then you can cut it instead of ripping it. But I love the ripped look, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, so there we go. I just glue, paint, enjoy it all. There's one that I did. Okay, that's my first one. This one's my second one. This one is from like how to do floral arrangement kind of book. So it has more of a different feel to it. It's more glossy, but I love it. I paint and then I stamped onto white paper and then I glue them in there. Die cuts, painting, because I feel like that's cool. I can write over that. Do not like this. Really should just tear it out. But you know, you try things. I really like to get into the whole flow of it and just enjoy instead of like overthinking. So if at the end of it all I don't like it, I can glue over it, I can rip it out. This is cool. And I like to use journaling cards because it gives that space to do dedicated, you know, something. But there's a lot of other additional space that I can create for writing. It's a little different feel just because of all the pictures. A little tuck spot with a tag. I even like this, the corner tag. And then I use stamps. All this kind of stuff I have piles of, like my die cuts. I stamp onto white paper, then I cut it out, and then I know I'm going to glue it in later. So these I create, and then I have a pile of, and then I glue them in when I want to. Die cuts from jelly plates, you know. This is something I have a pile of. Then I always have a pile of like painty papers. So yeah, it's just something a little different than a composition book where you're starting completely blank with lines, whereas this has got already words and images. I love that. Sometimes I did put a little gesso in the back just so that the paint had something to grit on, because this is quite glossy paper. This is not done yet. I've still got lots to add, because I would like something here, like maybe a flower to take over that space. You know, I would say it's close-ish, but there's still, you know, things that need to be done. But I like to just go through the book. I get my journaling cards and then I put them in. I paint the pages. I add the washi. I add stickers, die cuts, and then I just continue to add like different little details. So there you go. I'll give you a view from here, which I love a chunky journal. So my hope would be that I'd get like all the way to half or something. But yeah, so you don't have to have amazing supplies. A bit of pattern paper, you know, some stamps, some paint, and, you know, a book from the thrift store, and you've got yourself a journal you can make and have fun with. All right, or you could just stick to the composition book. That is definitely been my go-to. Actually, this is the first time I've ever made books myself, and I can't say that they'll last forever. But, you know, I had a lot of fun. But yeah, these are awesome as well. But they're a much bigger project, which is fun too, right? Because you're going to love it. So get crafty today. Do something. It's good for the soul. You'll enjoy it. It'll brighten your day. All right, thanks for joining me here. And I look forward to seeing you next one. Bye.